Hey everybody, this is Stacking Cash. If you're new to the channel, I would like to welcome you and feel free to subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back.
Now this week we reported on a massive order for Tesla supplying 100,000 vehicles to the rental giant Hertz. Half of those cars are going to be available for Uber drivers to rent by 2023. Drivers are being offered Tesla rentals in 4 US cities for $334 a week, and that includes insurance and basic maintenance. A nationwide rollout is planned after that. Uber itself has committed to a green path, saying it will be a zero-emission platform by 2040. That means all rides will be in emission-free vehicles, and in the United States, Canada and European cities, that zero emissions target is 10 years earlier by 2030. I'm pleased to say Dara Khosrowshahi is Uber's CEO. Mark Fields is the interim CEO at Hertz, and they both join us now. Dara, great to have you with us. Mark, the same. Welcome to the show. Mark, I want to begin with you and talk about this two deals, actually, that you've announced today. The Uber deal, I think, helps you monetize the Teslas that you've announced you've purchased this week. The Carvana deal, too, that you also announced this day with the online sales giant, helps you ensure the resale route, I think, for some of these cars. Talk us through what you've been up to.
Yes, well, overall, this all ladders up to our strategy of wanting to become a essential component of the modern mobility ecosystem. And so all of these partnerships kind of reinforce that. And to your point, the Carvana relationship, this is very important to us because when you think about a rental car company, the three biggest operations are buying vehicles, deploying them, and then disposing them or exiting from your fleet. And with the Carvana relationship, this allows us to access their digital platform and gives us another retail outlet to sell our vehicles. And importantly, on the deploy piece of our business, that's why we're so excited for the relationship with Uber and Dara's team on helping to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles and sustainable technology and transportation.
Yeah, and Dara, come in here because, you talked to us last time you were on the show about the importance of becoming a fully electric mobility platform in North America and Europe. Let's talk that specifically by 2030. But you were also, and in this statement, you again reiterate that adoption of electric vehicles is expensive and we need to tackle that. Talk to me about the pricing and the economics of this deal, because surely you've got to make it somewhere near equivalent to what your drivers are paying today for a traditional fuel-driven car.
Definitely, and affordability. Once you get over the affordability hump, I think the cars are just terrific. The experience is terrific, and I think everyone wants to play their part in terms of helping the environment and being sustainable. These cars, in terms of renting from Hertz, are essentially as available as gas-powered cars. So actually, someone who rents a Tesla through Hertz not only gets a benefit of the affordability of $300 rental on a weekly basis, but also they get bonuses of $1 a ride extra that they are making, up to $4,000 per year, because they are driving a green car, an electric car. This is our way of pushing the economics and kind of tilting the economics a little bit in favor of sustainability, which is something we should do, and I think other companies have to join in as well.
Dara, very quickly, what percentage of your drivers rent? Do you have that stat?
The percentage is less than 10% as far as the percentage that rent, but the average driver who rents actually drives more hours, drives more miles. So this is the most effective way of us putting a single vehicle on the road and having that vehicle cover maximal miles.
Yeah, I think that differential is really important. Mark, when I look at the Uber drivers that I see on the road, and here in New York, you can identify them by the number plate, which helps. They're not high-end cars. They're Toyota Camrys. They're Honda Civics. Those are the ones that I see most on the road here. If I look at how much I could lease one of those cars for, sort of $70 a week. Talk to me about the rental, and it still feels, and it again comes back to the economics of being able to afford to rent a Tesla vehicle at the prices that we're talking about here relative to some of the other options out there. It's that jump and convincing them of the economics.
Well, I think overall, as Dara mentioned, the benefits to the Uber drivers are first off, they get to drive in a terrific vehicle. So there's some value around that for the
You're willing to
drivers.
pay for that,
And
you're
secondly,
saying?
they have the excuse me?
You're willing to pay for that, you're saying?
Yeah, there's a bit of a premium there because they're terrific vehicles to drive and they're helping the environment. And that's important to a lot of folks, including Uber drivers. But then as Dara mentioned, they also have the opportunity to earn more money than driving an internal combustion engine vehicle. And from our standpoint, from Hertz, there's benefits on both sides for each company. And that is so key for any partnership. And we love this exclusive partnership with Uber and Dara's team. But there's equal benefits, obviously, from a driver standpoint, from a company standpoint, from Uber's standpoint, and from Hertz's standpoint in terms of it allows us to use our fleet utilization more. It's good economics for us, and it positions us well ultimately for an autonomous world.
I think it's so important that we understand. Yeah, come in, Dara, please.
If anytime, listen, renting a car on a weekly basis is always going to be more expensive than leasing a car. It's less of a commitment. The rental with Hertz, the program with Hertz actually includes insurance. It includes maintenance. So for us, it's also a really easy way for a driver to try out driving. Maybe try out a Tesla, see what it's like. Are the bonuses in terms of the dollars that you're bringing in worthwhile? Is it easy to get charged up, et cetera? One of the biggest bridges that we see in terms of people making the jump to electric vehicles is it's a big jump. What's it going to be like? So this is an open doorway for our driver community to try it. And I think, if you've been in a Tesla, I have, once you try it, you want to buy it. And that's what this is all about.
Is that a problem though, Mark? If you try it and then you want to buy it, assuming that you're going to rent this thing on a long-term basis, then the economics of leasing come back into play, surely.
Well, we're in the business of renting vehicles. At the end of its life, we sell them. But I think, Dara makes a really important point. When you think of it from a driver's perspective, as you mentioned, this includes basic service, it includes insurance. And, as the other piece of this is also, the higher order piece of trying to make sure that we accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles across the globe. And you have many products coming, electric vehicle products coming in the marketplace, not only from Tesla. And as Dara mentioned, when you get in one and when you drive one, you're 3 times as more likely to buy one. So I think that'll be good for our respective businesses, but importantly, I think it'll be good for the planet.
Thank you for hanging around until the end of the video. If you are interested in more stock market information and more growth companies, I would recommend to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. This way, next time I upload a new video about the potential growth company, you will be notified by YouTube. Have a good day and a good week.